Tell us about your summer, because you got to get a whole taste of it. Talking about international and Olympic wrestling and being around it. John talked about training with the Belarusians and so forth. How much did that do for you individually?
It was a real great experience for me, and helped me build and develop things that I need to work on into my folk style wrestling. It was just it opened up my eyes to how much wrestling is going on, and getting to see the top level athletes at each weight class compete and get after it. So it was a great opportunity, and definitely a big learning experience for me, just by a sense of focusing on technique and the small things such as position and types of things like that. So it was a huge building block for me to make that trip, and definitely a great experience.
How's it motivating you for this season? Last year you finished second at nationals.
That alone, finishing second, was a big enough motivator for me to get back on the mat and get after it, because ultimately nobody wants to be runner-up or an All-American. We all have one goal here, and at the end of the year, that's to win a national title individual-wise and team-wise. So taking second last year single-handedly motivated me to get back on the mat and get better and start training, and going to the big stage in the Olympics and being able to witness that definitely put a fire under me. And every time I walked into the arena, it just gave me chills, just thinking like when my time comes, what it's going to be like performing on the big stage and getting to experience something like that. So definitely a huge motivator.
Tyler, have you settled into Orange yet?
Yeah.
How's that transition going?
Definitely liking the Orange. As a transition for sure. I get rid of all my OU stuff and started getting some bright orange, but I definitely like it. I fit in real well and feel at home right away. And that is a big thing, is right when I moved down here, within a week or two of being around the team and coaching staff, I was really comfortable and really felt at home. So.
And not to, I don't mean this to knock the OU program, but the expectations here, what has it been like?
It's
getting used to those, figuring out.
Just with all the history and tradition, there's a lot more, a lot more fans, obviously, and they expect more. The team demands more, the coaching staff demands more, the community, the school, and I feel like that's a big difference.
Yes, there's not any doubt maybe as which match on the schedule probably becomes most personal for you.
Yeah, it's coming up December 8th, so I'm looking forward to Bedlam. It's it's still just a match, but it's good for Oklahoma, it's good for the state, it's good for wrestling really to kind of get a little more attention on things like that. I think I don't put any more attention on it. I just think it has another match, but it's also kind of makes it a little more fun. So.
How's the preseason gone for you?
Preseason's going well. Transitioned, like I said, into the room really well, and with the different coaching styles and techniques that Coach has, it's really helped me out a lot. And I'm just really looking forward to getting on the mat and just competing. I had to sit out all last year for college, and really just looking forward to getting back out there. So.
What's so far been the biggest difference for you between OSU and OU?
I don't know. The coaching staff's a little different than what I'm used to, and I don't know. I guess the team, I'm on a lot. Like you guys said, the team demands a lot more out of me, the community. So I'd say that's a big difference as well.
What's your expectations for this season?
It's the same every season. I want to come in and end as a national champion, and I believe we have a team that can come out as national champions as well. My focus is on what I need to do, and that's score as many team points as possible. And if Jordan focuses on doing that, and Chris focuses on doing that, and Z, and it goes all the way down the lineup. We can come out of there as national champions.
Chris, what are you thinking coming into here throughout the offseason? Everything. Where are you at right now?
I'm sitting pretty good. I did a lot of good things this summer. I controlled my weight. I worked out all summer. Me and Tyler and Jordan all were out at the training center for a week or so, and we trained with the Olympic guys. So we did the right things this summer. We put the time in. We didn't get to compete, or I didn't get to compete as like these guys did at the Olympic trials, and I just felt like I needed that time off, and it really helped me, and just learned a lot of new things. And obviously, we put the time in this summer. I had Tyler here all summer pretty much, and then I had all my coaches and getting those guys ready for the Olympic trials. So I definitely, got what I needed in this summer, and feel fresh and ready to go for this year.
Sometimes part of it too, and you mentioned not competing at the Olympic trials, sometimes part of it too is stepping away from it for a while just to regain that hunger. I noticed you're wearing a golf hat,
Yeah.
golf hat. So was that part of what you wanted to do this summer, step away for just a little bit?
It wasn't really stepping away. I was in the room. I'm not sure I've taken a day off in a while from something, but from competing, there's a difference in working out and getting ready for a tournament. Your mindset's a little different, and sometimes that's good for me, but some people, right now I feel good, and it's just a difference between when you can go in there and just work out and you have nothing to worry about, no match coming up, and you see yourself taking off at a different level at that point. And that's why I feel sometimes that summertime for me is good, but freestyle is definitely something I'll probably do this summer and from here on out.
Chris juggled the weight during the season last year. 2 weights?
Yep.
I'm talking to Jordan here, but you're jumping 2 weights?
Yeah. I'm beginning.
Yeah, explain, because the head coach just walked out here saying, I don't think we've ever had anybody do that before. So.
Yeah, jumping up to 149. I just in the aspect of transferring over into international competition, I'm going to be wrestling 66 kilograms. So 145, I just think it would be an easier transition for me. But also just focusing this year on getting stronger and focusing on my technique and getting better rather than having to worry about my weight and other things like that. So I definitely feel way more comfortable, and I feel great at 149. And I'm definitely big enough for the weight class, and it's just I guess the transition, there's a couple things different wrestling bigger guys. They're way slower than wrestling down the lower weights, and that's kind of fun, always moving on the bigger guys, and they're not as fast as you. But just having fun with it, not holding anything back this year, going up 2 weight classes, feeling great, healthy, and focusing on getting stronger and winning the national title no matter what weight class I am, whether it's 33, 41, or 49.
I know it's the upper half for Chris, the higher weights, and you're still down below the midway point. But if you ask somebody like Chris what it's like, and again, he did it in season. You're at least doing it from one season to the next. But did you seek out advice from guys maybe at all, or?
Different aspects of the wrestling. Working out with the bigger guys, wrestling bigger guys, you're gonna have way more hand fighting and having to move those guys. And I talk to guys on the team. I work with Coach Monday a lot with using my hands, because it's just a whole different scenario wrestling smaller guys where I can overpower them and I was moving them. But going up in weight classes, guys are bigger, and it's going to be a little bit more hand fighting and a little bit more of a fight to get to my shots and stuff, and getting through my finishes. But I have no worries.
Any of you guys, real quick, comment on you guys going to wrestle in Madison Square Garden? Premier match with Cornell. Madison Square Garden's where the greatest of the greats in every sport, it seems like, have competed. You guys talk a little bit about that?
I think it's it's something you gotta accept. We're excited about it. I think all of us something we look forward to. You know, you don't really get this opportunity. It's kind of like Coleman's deal, getting to wrestle on Times Square. You don't get that opportunity very often. You got to kind of embrace it, and I think we're all excited. I mean, I've really never even been to New York, so I'm pretty excited to go to New York, you know, and so just, I mean, it's just another match, like Tyler said. You know, it is Cornell. We never get to duel them, and it's going to be fun. You know, definitely Tyler will have a good match, and me and Jordan, I don't know who we have, but you know, definitely it's going to be something everybody's hyped up for. It's probably the biggest duel at the tournament, or at the arena, out of all the dual meets going on. So, you know, it's something I think you got to embrace and get excited about. But it's nothing we're like training for. You know, it's another part of our season. But wrestling in Madison Square Garden is pretty sweet. I mean,
coming from an aspect of, I live around there, and I'm definitely going to hopefully try to pack Madison Square Garden with a lot of fans from back home and get to see a lot of family members and all that. But like Chris said, it's a great opportunity. We got to embrace it and take advantage of it. It's going to be fun. One of the greatest sports of our country is finally getting brought to Madison Square Garden, where guys like Michael Jordan and all that played on the big stage, and it's just somewhere that has a lot of tradition and history in it, and it'll just be great to wrestle in. And getting to compete against Cornell, one of the other top teams, is just going to be a fun experience.
Chris, you finished third last year at the Nationals. I guess, what did that finish do for you personally? What are your expectations?
Definitely better. I mean, like Jordan said, we're not here for anything but first. I mean, it's been that way since the day I stepped in the room, and my expectations this year are over and beyond. I'm out to dominate, not just to win. You know, I don't want any close matches. If they come, they come. But I'm going to be ready for every scenario and every situation I'm put in. You know, whatever the team needs, anything that comes my way, I got to be ready this year. And you know, last year a little bit of adversity came my way in the tournament, and kind of maybe wasn't ready mentally, and definitely got to have that this year. Already on the way there, and just that, like what you said, you know, we're all here to win a national title. We all have the same expectations. Anything less is a letdown for us as a team, as an individual. You know, we don't. There is second's not good enough here, and if you're thinking second, this is the wrong program. So we're all, you know, I'm definitely out to win it for sure.
How has your work during the summer helped you?
Oh, I mean, a ton. If that's where you gain strides in wrestling, you know, that's probably where you win a lot of your national championships, you know, in the summer. If you don't put the time in, you're not gonna get the results, and that's even during the year. You know, wrestling's a sport. There is no time off really. You know, you don't get that summer where you get to go to the pool much and all that. You know, wrestling's a sport where it's all year round. It's one of the only sports I know that there is no time off. If you're missing days and workouts, you're falling behind, so you got to gain ground. So it's definitely, I think we put enough time in this summer to be ready.
Tyler, other than the guys sitting here, maybe see, what do you think about the rest of the lineup? I mean, obviously, this is a very individual sport, but I think a lot of us are excited. It's becoming much more of a team sport than ever before. The dual championships this year, the day before Big 12s, there's a dual Big 12. There's talk that even the duels could become the national championship. When you look at the other guys in the lineup, do you look at guys and say, yeah, together we can all get this done?
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of young guys I'm excited to see compete that are stepping into the lineup this year for the first time, maybe off a red shirt or even true freshmen. And I feel like we have a really great group of guys, and it's going to be an exciting year to see everyone kind of, you know, get their chance to put it on out there. And some guys, it'll be like a big year to develop. You know, we'll see a big change from the beginning to the end of the year with some of the younger guys. But definitely, you know, with the teams that are out there right now, we have a team that can, you know, get out there and win a national title, I believe. And the teams that are out there that are ahead of everyone, you know, we still have a lot of work to do, but we have a lot of talent, and we have a lot of potential. So.
What's going to be key for you guys to get another national title?
I think everyone just doing their part individually. You know, I come in every day and put in my time, put in as much effort as I can day in and day out, and then when it's time to compete, make sure I'm doing my job. And same thing all the way down the lineup. Everyone does their part, come together, have all the team points at the end.
Yeah, along those lines, and this is open for anybody, since all of y'all kind of helped out, and you see what happens when, you know, at the international level, at the Olympic level, you know, it's you know, there's one guy that wrestles, and there's one guy that accepts the medal, like Coleman with the bronze. But I mean, how many guys does he have to thank? It's even a team effort at that level, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, every day, I mean, I can't even say enough about, you know, true freshmen, how key they are to your season. You know, I mean, even just workout partners in general, they're guys that nobody's even heard of probably, you know, on our team, and it's huge. Without those guys, you can't even run a practice. You know, like yesterday, they were all at a tournament. You know, it's hard to go live because you only have, you know, probably 12, 13 guys in your room, and most of them, the only guys left are your starters. Those guys are the key to, you know, where we're going, you know, and they're the future coming up. And every day, you know, I've went with somebody I haven't went with a starter, and, you know, we don't drill with starters really. I mean, I don't, and I don't think Tyler does. And we have to have those guys to go to the, you know, get to where we want to get. And that's the only way they're going to get better. So it's a process, you know, and we have 30, I have 33 or 34 guys on our team, and yeah, those guys are the key to where we're going this year. You know, without them, we're going nowhere. They don't get enough credit, but it's definitely, you know, it's a big help. That's how I felt when I was a true freshman. You know, they made me feel like I was part of the team, and I was making Clayton Foster better, and each and every day. So it's definitely, the room's, I mean, it's competitive from freshmen to sophomores all the way up. You know, you're getting everything you want every day.
Yeah, that's one thing I like that on too, is I think my weight class is probably, I'm in the best spot in the room. I'm surrounded, you know, with Chris Perry. I have Jordan just 2 weight classes down now. I have Alex Dieringer. I'm just surrounded by great guys throughout the whole room, all right around my weight and my size. Not like Chris said, guys, you know, they're second or third in the lineup, but I have a lot of different looks and feels in the room that I'm not used to having before. I have guys in the room that can push me a lot harder, and I'm just really in a great situation. So.
You obviously wouldn't have jumped up 2 weights unless you felt like there were some guys at those weights, right?
Yes. I just believe everybody plays a role, and for us to be successful as a team, it's not just, you know, the wrestlers, it's the coaches, it's the people we surround ourselves around. But like you were saying, what Coleman's experience, how many people does he have to thank? Ultimately, he did it by himself, but, you know, just experiencing and being around the whole Olympic squad and all the training partners and all the time we put in. And I mean, I was a training partner for Jarrett Frary and Coleman Scott, you know, and just being there to motivate them and push them as hard as they can go, but also the guys in the surrounding weight classes helping them out and giving them words of advice, and the coaches chipping in and helping them with techniques and stuff like that. So I think everybody plays a role in being successful to win national title, individual title, or whatever it is we're trying to achieve.
Who are some of those guys that Chris mentioned that we might not even know their names, but who are some of those guys that y'all have seen kind of emerging?
Oh, I mean, we have plenty of freshmen coming up. You know, we got both Crutchmers are doing well, and we have Eddie Clamara who's doing well. You know, these guys wrestled this week and had good tournaments. Case Garrison, you know, guys that we all work out with. You know, Jordan Rogers, guys that are doing the right things in the room, and you know, they're making the strides they know. You know, we kind of I share, you know, some of my experiences as a freshman myself with them. You know, as it's a different ball game, guys. You know, high school's a different game. You know, be ready, because, you know, you think you're ready as a true freshman until you step out there, and you know, that's how I figured it out, and it's a different ball game. And, you know, you just continuing to let them know, give them advice, you know, and then they're going to help us as long as they're listening and coming through. So there's plenty of guys in our room. I mean, I can't even think of them all. There's, tons of them. I mean, everybody every day. You know, like Tyler said, we got me and Tyler and Jordan. We're right in the middle of them all. You know, we feel like we have one of the best groups in the middle. That every day you better strap it up and be ready to go.
What's it been like wrestling for John Smith? I mean, he seems to push competition in every aspect, whether it's scheduling or in practice, or I mean, all the way across the board. Does that take time to get used to? I mean, I know you're used to competition, but
yeah, it's he works a lot of technique. It's really technical. Just even yesterday, you know, Sunday we came in and worked technique, and he just picks out a lot of little details that you don't really think about. You know, you'll be drilling thinking everything looks fine, but to him he sees 3 or 4 things that need fixed. You know, to you, you think you're hitting it perfect. So that's something that you kind of, I love that, because I'm kind of perfectionist. I want everything perfect, you know, in line. And you know, sometimes when you're wrestling, nothing's ever gonna be perfect, but you want to drill it to perfection. You know, and it's you know, he's great. I've really enjoyed being around him so far, and looking forward to finishing my last 2 years here. So.
Anything else?